All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video today. Today we're going to talk about how Tesla is pushing some orders across the board. It's happening to a ton of people out there. And, I feel like everything happens for a reason, right? So I feel like Tesla is going to do something to kind of incentivize some of these people that are getting pushed because they don't want cancellations at the end of the day. So we're going to talk about what they might do and also maybe combine it with like the IRS, stuff like that. But there's one thing I definitely want to talk about. If your order gets pushed and you don't get, that $7,500 discount now, there's a lot of kind of implications that kind of happen with that. Like there's certain, basically the price of everything kind of increases at that point. So you got to be a little bit careful with that for sure. So we'll talk about that. But before we get into that, let's roll my intro real quick. And I need to see something. Something's up right now. I think I lost like a screen or something. Oh, wait, no, is that it? No. That's not it. No, that's not it. Weird. Anyways, but I usually I roll my intro real quick, but I guess I can't do that right now. So let's just go into it. Thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it. But basically, just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. We stream or make videos like 3 to 4 times a day now at this point. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link, along with some other links down below in the description. You could definitely check them out if you're interested, but more on that later. All right, so let's take a look. I posted this poll earlier today because I was actually curious, there's a ton of people, or a good amount of people, that are getting their orders pushed to next year. And I feel like Tesla still wants those orders. Like, they don't want people to cancel. So I posed the question out there: if your order got pushed to January 2023, what would it take from Tesla for you to keep your order? And I just want to see, what's kind of the service, or like the survey out there. A good portion of people, of course, said, or 30% said $7,500 discount. I don't qualify for the tax credit next year. And that makes sense. There's a lot of people that are trying to take advantage of this discount right now because they want that dollar for dollar line item off the price of the vehicle. And they don't, of course, qualify for the Inflation Reduction Act next year. But what's interesting is 10% said, they would do it for an extra $1,000 to $2,000 extra discount plus the tax credit. But a good portion, 5%, said, allow me to pay back $7,500 in 2024 when I get it back. And that's actually really cool because when I saw that, or when I thought about this, that actually made me think of Tenet, which is actually a sponsor of this video. So Tenet is actually a pretty interesting source or a way to finance a vehicle that's just different because they understand EV vehicles just a little bit better than the rest of the other finance companies. They allow you to defer a portion of that loan payment all the way to the end or whatever. And what's interesting enough is you could probably defer, or you can defer $7,500, which is the tax credit, to any point of the loan, or most likely at the end of the loan when you can pay it back. They understand EVs a little bit differently, and they understand how they're just worth a different amount of value. So definitely check them out if you're interested. Link below down in the description if you want to check them out. I actually applied for this yesterday just to see what kind of the process would be, because I might be buying a Tesla, but definitely check them out if you are interested. So this is where that poll kind of came up from. I was like, okay, well, what can we do here? And then so the third option was allow me to pay back the $7,500 in 2024 when I get back. And Tesla probably won't offer that type of financing, but that's where Tenet comes in because they allow you to defer that. But so that might be an interesting option. And 5% said, that would be what they would want to do. So hopefully you guys can check out, Tenet. $3,750 discount was the fourth option. Definitely kind of interesting. It makes sense that it's still basically a little bit more than $1,000 and $2,000. And of course, the last option I just gave people so they could see this stuff. But the one thing to be aware about, if you don't get the $7,500 off at the point of sale, it kind of creates this domino effect where everything else becomes more expensive as part of the transaction. The one thing that, right off the bat is the sales tax. So if your state is 7 to 8% sales tax, right now we put in 7% for this calculator on a $50,000 car, that's $3,500 in sales tax. Of course, if I raise this up, it goes up based upon the price of the vehicle. So you could easily do that math. The other thing is, financing. Like Teslas are expensive cars. So a $40,000 Model 3 versus a $49,000 or $48,000 Model 3, plus sales tax and all that stuff, like it raises up. So, there's an opportunity cost basically on that as well, because you have to finance more. It takes more to finance. If you're doing 10 to 20% down, that's more money you have to come up with. It creates this domino effect at the end of the day. And then of course, the other thing is like the interest. If you keep the loan all the way for 72 months or 60 months, that's an added extra cost to that as well. So just something to be aware about with, if you don't get that $7,500, if you're getting it deferred or whatever, when you file for your taxes back, that's just, some things to be aware about with the tax credit off the cuff like that. But I mean, there's, a lot of discussion today on what's been going on with how the IRS has released, new information in terms of vehicle price caps. So, it gets very interesting. Like you probably saw the other video, or maybe you've seen this on Twitter, but the Model 3 now has an MSRP price cap of $55,000, and Model Y, it gets, it's all over the place. It looks like 7-seat variants or true SUVs, as by whatever definition this is, can go up to $80,000 as an MSRP. And then the Model Y 5-seat variants only go up to $55K. So this is why we think, there's a standard range coming into play here under $55K, but we really don't know what's going to be happening with the long range Tesla Model Y and the performance, the 5-seat variants. But the one really interesting thing with this is, someone actually commented that this list was, sent by Tesla themselves to the IRS. The IRS didn't kind of just fabricate them all by themselves, unless they made some sort of mistake here with data entry or whatever. But, this has been live on the site for a day. Maybe this changes tomorrow, or maybe Tesla releases a statement regarding this. But you can see right here, I have Subaru highlighted because, quote, this manufacturer has entered into a written agreement with us to become a qualified manufacturer, but hasn't yet submitted a list of specific makes and models that are eligible. So that means if we go off of this comment and how Subaru has to submit a list of vehicle makes and models that are eligible to the IRS and the Treasury, then we can kind of, make the assumption that Tesla submitted this list of vehicles to the IRS for qualification of next year regarding the tax credit. So a lot of things to unpack here. A lot of things. I feel like Tesla, Tesla is forced to make a statement or to do something, because there's a good amount of people that are going to see this, get confused or not understand it. Like I'm basically confused, and will try and push their orders to next year because of this. So, it's very interesting stuff. We can't. Comment down below if you think like what speculation Tesla might do, but let's jump into some comments and some questions. So Rich Morea RM, welcome to the stream, welcome to the video. Who has the best finance rates for a Tesla? I need to make another video about the Tesla financing, because rates have been raised. We'll just leave it at that. I think I'm going to wait until maybe tomorrow. But there's some other, I've been searching, I've been doing research to see if there's any other credits out there, but labor still, is good. Rates have been raised. I still support them. They added some interesting stuff to their financing page that we have to go over it, because it might still be worth it. No, maybe not. I don't know. We'll go into it in a different video. Tony, I think there's a decent chance we'll see Tesla reduce prices to incentivize those that don't qualify for the tax rebate. If you qualify, you get $7,500 and reduce costs. Could work well. Yeah, exactly. I thought of this. We thought of this, earlier today as well. And, if there's a way Tesla could survey, like, I guess they could, like if you went through Tesla financing, because they get all the income data and everything, right? So you would have, they could literally ask for pay stubs and all that stuff through Tesla financing. And then they could say like, hey, you qualify, you make too much, here's $7,500 discount. You don't, that'd be really interesting. Tesla's been known for pushing the boundaries, that's for a fact. And, just doing stuff a different way than other manufacturers. And they could, that could possibly it. You would have to use Tesla financing, and you would have to disclose like your income with like W-2s or a tax return or whatever. Happy Hippo, do you think the Model Y long range will decrease to 55,000? I would not be a happy camper. Yeah, it's tough to tell, because if looking at this list, that's what it kind of alludes to. Or does Tesla go in and say, hey, there's no such thing as a 5-seat long range and performance anymore. It's all 7-seat, but there's never really been a 5-seat, a 7-seat performance actually ever. Like you can't get it in that configuration. So like, I mean, I really don't know what's the strategy or like what they're going to do here, but they could easily say like there's only 7-seat variants that you can buy now, and the rear wheel standard range drive only comes in 5-seat, or you can upgrade to 7-seat as well. They could go in so many different ways, but there's a reason why they submitted it this way, unless it's a mistake of some sort, but we just don't know any of this at this point. Alexis, I don't understand it all. Yeah, it's definitely pretty complicated. At least from this graph, it alludes to certainly different things, and so we just need more clarification. And I feel like Tesla is going to come out and give us more clarification. Probably, I mean, hopefully tomorrow or the next day, because I feel like there's a ton of people in the same boat just trying to push and push and push to next year because of this guidance, because of what they feel like it's interpreted. Rudwan, do you think used Tesla's prices are going to keep going down? Yes, 1,000% used Tesla prices are going to go down. If they haven't already, it's because your dealers around you have paid too much for the vehicles. Go after private sellers, negotiate, talk to them, because they're kind of in a situation where they can only sell to you or another wholesaler. Stephen Liu, welcome to the channel. There will be a 7-seater Model YP according to the list. Sounds good to me. Yeah, I mean, that would be sick. Like, I mean, safety-wise, I guess it's the same, but yeah, definitely pretty interesting stuff. Lance Gillian, welcome back. Hey, Dennis, just wanted to update you that we did take delivery of a Model Y long range last Friday. We got the 7,500 discount. Love the new long range suspension is smooth. Nice. Thanks for coming back and updating. Did you upgrade from an older Model Y, or what vehicle did you have before? I've been surveying, trying to see like, I still get really mixed feedback because I haven't driven a 2023 Model Y yet. My friend has driven a 2022 and he said it was like incrementally better, like 20% better. But I want to say if like the 2023 is, as good, or are we still not there, luxury BMW, Mercedes, Lexus type of suspension. And I don't think we ever will. Aaron Younger, starting to lose confidence in my order delivery estimates, still saying December, still no VIN. Yeah, at this point, depending on where you are at in the country, I mean, you could try to do some Hail Mary strategies, like go to a Tesla center and talk to them, see if they can match you to a vehicle that's there or incoming even quicker. But yeah, definitely pretty tough. Tapia Indy, got my text to pick up ASAP. Should I pick up tomorrow? You have a good deal. Like at this point, like even if there's no way they're going to bring, I mean, I don't want to say no way, but there's no way they're gonna bring the Model Y performance down to under 55,000. And if they do, that's gonna be absolutely insane. Because if we look historically, the Model Y performance has never been under 50, even close to 50. It hasn't even been under like 59,000. So unless Tesla is like really hurting and they drop prices across the board like 10, 20, 50, 20, 30, $25,000, I think your deal is good. Need that new suspension. Yeah. I mean, definitely the suspension is a must for sure. Abraham, would the used prices go up after the 7,500 discount is gone? No, I think Tesla's going to do something on January 1st and change a lot of their prices. So the prices are still going to keep going down. And with the tax credit coming back into play, that basically all Teslas delivered in the first quarter of next year are going to qualify for the $7,500 tax credit. So it's definitely going to put more pressure on the used car market. That's for sure. I didn't have an EV, Lance. I didn't have an EV. I test drove several Model 3 and Model Y without the new suspension. It's pretty big difference. Came from Subaru Forester. Okay, so question for you: is the Model Y better in suspension compared to the Forester? Because Forester is actually like, it's just a little bit higher, so it is kind of like an SUV for sure. Tapia, I've never seen Tesla do some crazy stuff this week. I've seen Tesla do some crazy stuff this week. Never say never. Yeah, exactly. That's why I want to be very careful with what I say, because, I don't think they will, but at the end of the day, they could do whatever the heck they want just to destroy and keep market share. And Elon's already came out and said that he prefers volume over margins. So, he wants that volume sales at the end of the day. DJI Adventures, I got my delivery of a Model 3 long range today. Congrats. Welcome to the Tesla ownership. Unless you had one before, enjoy in good health. Ridwan, what do you think of my offer I got with, what do you think of the offer I got with my offer, 2019 Model 3 Standard Range for $30,000? Not bad, not bad. Does it have FSD? How many miles does it have? Hopefully it has under like, if it has like 20 to 30,000 miles, I think that's a pretty good deal. And make sure if that's a private sale and not a dealer where you're going to pay a bunch of dealer fees, like processing, all that stuff, then which could add like another 1,000 to 1,500, then I think that's a good deal for sure. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video. Please hit that like if you enjoy it. Check out the links below if you're interested in supporting the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.